about today's video. I've always wanted to make a tanning video, but I've kind of been a little hesitant because it requires you to be so vulnerable. You have to be like in a swimsuit or chonies in a bra, you know, that kind of thing. But I figure right now is the best time because I'm 7 months pregnant, if you can't tell, and I just feel so beautiful. It's like, who's gonna leave a mean comment about a girl who's pregnant? You know what I mean? No one's gonna do that. And if you do, I'm coming for you. There's a little extra jiggle. It's beautiful and it's cute and whatever. We all know how important sunless tanning is, keeping our skin healthy. So I want to share with you all the tips that I've learned over the years, trial and error, using different products, applying it different ways, and share what I do with you, as well as share some St. Tropez products with you guys. I was gifted these, so you know I always am upfront with you. I want to share my honest opinions, so I'm going to be using that in this video. But these tips you can use no matter what tanner you're using. I really ended up loving all of these products. I hadn't used St. Tropez for like 6 or 7 years since I worked at Sephora, so it was really cool to try them out again and remind myself that I love them. I'm already out of breath. That's one pregnancy symptom, so sorry about that. Let's get started, and I hope these tips really help you out. So the first thing you want to do is prep. Prep is more important than the actual tan, I think, because if you don't prep your skin, your tan's not gonna last as long, it's not gonna look as good, it's probably gonna be patchy. You know, I'm using a foam tanner in this video. St. Tropez has serum tanners, they have the little spray tanners. They have so many different things on their website. I'll link it down below so you guys can check it out if you have a different preference. I think they even have a tan remover, so if you want to like take it off and start fresh, usually I can achieve that just by using an exfoliator. As you'll see in this video, I actually did put this tan on last week, and I wore it for a full week because I kind of wanted to see what I thought before I even made this video for you guys, and I loved it. But yeah, so prep is so important. Get in the shower, shave your legs, shave anywhere that you would normally shave. And then second thing is exfoliation. So you can use a loofah. I always like to use something that actually has some like granules to it. And so it was really cool because St. Tropez has this product they sent me. It's called the Prep and Maintain. It is a tan enhancing polish. And so I used this all over my body and I loved it. It has these little tiny scrubby beads in it, and it helps just slough off any dead skin cells so the tanner goes on nice and lays nice and even. This is this like really pretty pearlescent color and it smells good. So use this first, shave your legs, do all the good things to prep. Okay, when I put on tanner right after I've shaved and I've exfoliated, I don't know if it's just my skin, but especially on my legs, all the little pores kind of start to show. I don't know if this just happens to me, comment down below so I don't feel like a weirdo if this happens to you. But so I will go like make a coffee, get a tea, watch a movie, whatever is going on that day, run an errand. I will just like give my skin maybe 30 minutes to chill out, and then set yourself up with a little barrier cream. So I'm a dork because they also gave me this product, St. Tropez. It's called Prep and Maintain Tan Enhancing Moisturizer. So I could have totally used this to prep my skin, but I didn't read that. I just thought it was a maintenance lotion. I used it all last week when I was, you know, already tan and just wanted to put on lotion every day. You definitely want to use a lotion that's made for a tan like this if you want to really get that longevity, because a lot of other lotions have like fragrances and oils in it that's going to break down your tan quicker. So I was actually at my sister's bachelorette party and I brought this with me, and it really did help my tan last the entire weekend. We even went swimming and I just felt like, I mean, as you saw in the video, I was having to scrub it off, and that was over a week ago that I had applied it. So anyways, because I didn't know this was a prep, I used good old Cetaphil. So this is what I was using in the video. Like I said, I didn't read it until today that this was actually a prep lotion. You just want something really simple like that. So think about your skin. You know, it's not all even. It's not all the same texture. Anywhere that's thicker, drier skin is going to absorb more of the tanner quicker because it's drier, so it's porous, you know? So anywhere like your elbows, maybe around your knees, the top of your toes, my hands, especially all of us are using so much hand sanitizer and washing our hands right now, right? Just it's creating a little barrier, making sure it's nice and hydrated. I don't put it all over, just those specific areas. Okay, so after you do that, the next thing is tanner, and I'm thinking I need to grab my stuff. I do apologize because this mitt does not look the cutest because I used it twice now. When this comes, it obviously doesn't look like this. It's beautiful and blue and clean. I think I already said Rosie's in here with me. She's snoring if you hear her, my dog. I always use a tanning mitt girl, you can't do a tan without a tanning mitt. Like, your hands are gonna be orange because they're gonna have way too much tanner on them, and it's gonna sit too long and all of those kinds of things. So you need a tanning mitt. I really liked this one. It worked super well, and sometimes, like, if you get cheaper ones, they'll like scratch, you know, the seams and stuff. This didn't do that at all, so I really liked that. And then I always use a big brush like this. This one happens to be from Morphe. It's called the E1 brush. You just need something fluffy like this and synthetic. So I like to use this brush on my hands, my feet, and my face. And sometimes like my chest area too, around your ankles, anywhere like that that you want more like detail work, that's where I would use a brush. You don't need this. This is definitely something I've done over the years just to get a little bit more of a like professional looking tan, if you will. But you can do this all with this mitt. Like, if I was going on a trip and packing, I'd probably just bring this because you can still totally do this entire routine with this. This is essential. This is like an extra foo-foo thing. The tan they sent me, I really was excited because some other products I've used before, they come in like light or medium or dark or like extra dark. You know, they have a specific color. This one is called the Advanced 1 Hour Tan. That's really fast. If you didn't know, like, a lot of tanners you used to have to sleep in overnight. A lot of brands have come out with more accelerated formulas, which is awesome because who wants to lay in their bed? It used to be a whole production. Like, okay, now I have to wash my sheets. This is an hour. Like, it's so easy. So it says 1 hour is light, 2 hours is medium, and 3 hours is dark. I had never known about a technology like that where you can just, it's progressive, you can just leave it on longer if you want a darker tan. I thought that was pretty cool. So me personally, last week I left it on for like 2 hours, maybe a little longer. This week I only left it on for 1 hour and 45 minutes because I was in a little bit bigger of a rush. But this is the tan I got from 1 hour and 45 minutes. Now I'm just gonna kind of take you through like how I go and apply this. All right, everyone, get ready for my big belly to be hanging out. Grab your tanner. Like I said, I'm using St. Tropez. So I always start with my arms. It really depends how many pumps I use depending on the area of my body. So for my arms, I like to use 2 pumps. One area on the arm that I feel like is so important is your elbows right there. Make sure you get those. I like to go between a circular buffing motion and just a back and forth motion, whatever you feel like you need to get it buffed in so there's no harsh lines. I like to do a lot of stuff with the mitt first, and then I'll go to the brush later, and it's really cool because you can do that and go back and layer, and it's not going to mess anything up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to go straight down to your hands right there. We can come back to that. So same thing here. I'm doing my shoulders, but I'm kind of going to skip my chest for now. You do have to be a little ambidextrous. As you can see, I'm switching the mitt from hand to hand. I do that continuously through this whole process. I find that it just is easier to reach different areas. Now going in with the brush, like I said, I just like it, especially because I can buff it up my neck. Make sure you get your ears. You don't want that to be white and the rest of you is tan. If you're gonna throw your hair up in a ponytail, it'll be a dead giveaway. I'm gonna go back off camera and do the rest of my body that I can't do on camera. I'm cracking up right here because I feel like, ooh girl, don't let anything fall out. This is such a good trick if you feel like you have a little extra weight around your jawbone. It's like free contour. Just put tanner right along that area. Okay, this step is also super important, kind of like getting your ears. You want to make sure you get your hairline in the back, buff it down your shoulders, just so that if you do throw your hair up in a ponytail, it's not like, oh, she totally forgot the back of her neck. It's way lighter than the rest of her body. Personally, I always do my face. I know some girls don't like doing it because they just wear makeup, but I find that I wear less makeup if I do my face, and I never have a problem with breakouts or anything like that using these tanners on my face. Okay, hands are probably the most important thing I feel like when self-tanning. I'm showing you guys the way I do it because, again, lots of trial and error. I like to make a fist and apply it first that way so that I make sure I get in between every little line on my knuckles, and then I start to straighten my hand out and buff out any remaining product like that, and then back toward my wrist. I'm going to show you again on the other side. I hope this isn't getting too repetitive, but I feel like I really want to show you what I'm doing. And again, ambidextrous right here. You'll see I kind of end up moving my actual hand, probably more than the brush at some point, just because it is easier since I'm right-handed. But see right there, like I'm moving my hand. I'm kind of holding the brush stationary. But yeah, make sure you get all those little crevices so there's no weird like lines in between your knuckles. Let that dry, drink your tea, do whatever. So we're gonna put our mitt back on, and we don't want to do it too early before everything else is dry on our hands. Oh my gosh, I have waited so long to have a belly. It just cracks me up that I'm like so confident out here in my little bra and underwear showing you guys this, but I think the belly just makes me happy. Make sure you get your sides really, really well. And I'm gonna go back, like I said, and do my back and some other areas later. So we're gonna skip to the legs. I like to do my legs with 2 pumps on the bottom and 2 pumps on top. I like to use like 4 altogether on my legs. I had to leave this part in here because I went to bend to do my left leg, and I was cracking myself up. Like I just really couldn't breathe during this, so the belly got a little bit in the way, but I just thought it was funny. I had to include that. Okay, for feet, pretty much the same as on my hands. I kind of like crunch my toes and put it on that way first, and then spread them out and buff any remaining product out across the rest of my foot, up my ankle, on the sides. So there you have it. Now we just have to go off camera, finish what I couldn't do with you guys, and then I always throw on a robe while the tan is cooking, just so that I don't mess up my clothes. So I like to set a timer, that way I don't forget how long it's been on, what I've been doing. If there are any areas you really want camouflage darker, like if you have self-conscious areas, we all do, sometimes I will go back with another pump and just put another layer. I do that a lot, like around the booty. Do it on the booty, cover it up with more tan. What do they say? If you can't tone it, tan it. So I will do that. I don't know if it makes a difference, guys, but I'm just telling you my tips and tricks. Like anywhere that I'm self-conscious about, I just either like leave it on a little longer with this one in particular, or I'll put another layer so it gets a little bit more of the tan. I don't even know if it works. It just works in my head, so that's a tip I have. Okay, and then I think the last tip I have is I wash my hands early. I've been doing this for a while now, a couple years now, and I feel like it definitely makes a difference. Like I was saying when I was talking about the barrier cream or like putting on a moisturizer, I always feel like my hands were getting darker, so to fix that, I just decided to wash my hands off earlier. Mind blowing, right? So anything you're gonna do as far as time wise, cut that in half. So if you're gonna leave that on for an hour, wash your hands off at like 30 minutes or maybe even 45, because an hour is pretty short. But if you're leaving it on for the whole 3 hours, maybe at like an hour and a half, wash your hands off. They do kind of fade quicker anyways because we're always washing our hands. Same with my face. Your face is gonna always fade quickly because you're washing your makeup off every night, but I would way rather my hands be a little lighter than the rest of me because that's more natural looking anyways. So I'll show you guys how I do that too in the video. I just kind of rinse them off and dab so that it's not a really harsh line around my wrists. I just dab with the towel to make sure it's nice and blended. It's really not that big a deal. That's what's so cool about this tanner. It's pretty foolproof. Like, you don't have to be super careful. I didn't get any streaks or anything crazy. My husband does my back for me all the time, and I was a little bit worried that he would leave streaks on me, but I mean, get your husband to help you. Like, that's how foolproof these foam tanners are. They're not gonna mess it up. As long as they buff it all in, you'll be good to go. So this brings me to my last little product that they sent me, and I love it. I love the smell. I'm actually gonna put like a little bit on my chest right now, even though I don't have to. I just wanna remind myself the smell. It smells nice and tropical. As you can see, this comes out clear, and it's just a little spritz, but it's the St. Tropez Self Tan Purity Bronzing Water Face Mist. It's very, very light. As you can see, I wasn't even worried about putting that on right next to my clothes because it's such a lightweight product. It's not gonna spritz out like orange or anything crazy like that. It gives you like a little nice glow and it refreshes your tan. So I am gonna set this in my makeup room and just put it on every morning because who doesn't want a nice tan face? So obviously this goes without saying, this is all pregnancy safe, otherwise I would not be using it. I remember looking that up when I first became pregnant because summer was coming up. I Googled pregnancy safe foam tanners and St. Tropez was literally the first one that came up on the blog post I was reading. So that was kind of ironic and cool when they reached out to me because I knew I was already allowed to use them. So obviously like breastfeeding, all of that, you're gonna be good to go. So yeah, like I said, I'll put a side by side so you guys can kind of see before and after. I'm gonna show myself so I can do a side by side. Should I show my belly? Probably have lines on it from this outfit, but nice and tan. I feel like I rock the fair skin and I like it, but a tan just gives you that extra oomph. Like, I just feel better when I'm tan. So hope this video helped you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.